Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Anne's Wellness Reset. The aim of my channel is to really help women perimenopausal to postmenopausal stages to maintain and build their muscle mass, maintain their glucose levels, and just have more energy to enjoy life. So today, my plan is to show you what I put in my smoothie and more importantly, why I put it in there. So I've got my blender here, and what I'm going to do is start with my protein base. Start with Greek yogurt, plain yogurt. So there's no added sugar to help maintain our blood glucose levels. And it's higher in protein than normal yogurt. So I'm going to put 1/2 cup in the smoothie. I had already pre-measured it, so that's in there. I make this smoothie pretty well every morning. And it really starts my day off on the right track. I usually have it after a workout. Prior to the workout, I'll have coffee with creatine. And then right after the workout, I have my smoothie, which has a whopping 40 grams of protein. So that was the Greek yogurt. The next thing is I add liquid. So it could be, I use the silk soy, protein soy. I put 1/2 cup of this. Now you can use almond milk if you want, or pretty well any other liquid. So there you go. It's 1/2 cup. My other major source of protein is whey protein. I put 1 scoop of whey protein. What I've done is I've pre-measured pretty well all my dry ingredients in here. So I have 1 scoop of whey protein. And I have I have 1 scoop of hydrolyzed collagen peptides. Now the collagen peptides are very good for your joints and skin. I love this stuff. Now creatine, I put 5 grams of creatine. Creatine is for muscle strength, muscle mass, and it's even good for brain health and mental health. I put 5 grams. So between the 5 grams in my smoothie and 5 grams in my coffee, that's 10 grams a day of the creatine. So those are the proteins that I put in here, all right? And they're in this little bowl. And then what I do is berries. Now, I usually use berries. These are mixed berries. They're frozen. I put 1 cup. And they're high in antioxidants as well as fiber. Probably one of the best fruits that you could choose to put in a smoothie would be berries. I also include 1/4 cup of avocado for healthy fat. And it also makes the smoothie smoother and more satisfying. Now, in addition to that, I had 1 tablespoon of psyllium husks. I have ground these psyllium husks in a little coffee grinder to help digest and absorb. So I'm sorry, I called this psyllium husk. I meant flaxseed. Now the flaxseed is high in essential fatty acids and fiber. So I put about 1 tablespoon of that. I did mention psyllium husks. I added about 1 teaspoon of psyllium husks into this. Now the psyllium husks are high in soluble fiber, so really helpful for lowering cholesterol and maintaining your blood glucose levels. I also put in 2 more powders. Beetroot powder, I put about 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder in, as well as 1 teaspoon of cacao powder. These are also high in antioxidants, so that you prevent inflammation in your body. Inflammation really is a cause of cancer and diabetes and a number of other metabolic diseases. So anything we can do to lower our inflammation in our body is a good thing. So a teaspoon of cacao powder and a teaspoon of beetroot powder. So I'm going to add now all those dry ingredients that I have pre-measured to the smoothie. In addition to that, the last thing that I add are the supplements. If you've seen my video, my earlier video on supplements, this is the majority of them. These are pretty well all the supplements that I take. I did not include in here, though, my essential fatty acids because they're kind of fishy and I don't want the smoothie to taste fishy. And I've not included the vitamin D as well. And if you take berberine, which I also take, that I actually didn't mention in the other video, but it's anti-cancer, I wouldn't put the berberine in here because it's very, very bitter. So there's all of the supplements. So I'm going to, hey, so here it is. Yummy. Like I said, this I would call a high protein smoothie. It's 40 grams of protein. My goal is to have 90 to 100 grams of protein a day. So 40 in a smoothie, this I would consider, you know, both my breakfast and lunch. At 400 calories, 40 grams of protein. It's very filling and it keeps me satisfied until dinner time. And then the rest of my day, in terms of at least my meals, will be focused on vegetables, more protein, and complex carbohydrates. I look forward to showing you a few other things that I do, other meals that I eat during the day to strengthen muscles, bones, and keep our skin healthy. So I hope you enjoyed that, and to the next video. Yummy.